Good morning, good evening, and good afternoon, everybody. It's happy Wednesday, day 17 of the Game Changer Summit. So yesterday we had the amazing Lorraine Gannon. Lorraine was talking a little bit about how to create and develop online courses. And now is actually a really amazing time to be able to develop intellectual property, to be able to develop co-create or create your methodologies, highlight the problems, create solutions, and I was sharing my story when I actually created and developed one of our first online courses, actually, which was called the Accelerated Outcomes Networking Mastery, and that was yesterday, and it was and her interview is actually still available until tomorrow. But literally had a lot of great messages from Lorraine, and we did a Q&A yesterday, which went a bit Pete Tong, purely because of technology. But hey, what can you do, right? And I know that she's listening right now, so it's all good with Lorraine and stuff. But today is a new day, a new dawn. And I said to you this week, we were cranking it and taking it to the next level. I guess you're probably thinking to yourself, oh, who is this big speaker? Who is this big speaker? Who is it? Who is it? I want to know, right? So, I was going to say, so yesterday, today even, we've got our big speaker of the day. He's one of our keynote speakers. He is one of our keynote speakers. He's a really good friend of mine, actually. And I first met him probably around 4-5 years ago, maybe. We were sharing the same stage. I think it was at the XL, in front of 4,000 or 5,000 people, whatever it is. Everyone is kind of like, who? I mean, in highlight and in anticipation. And this particular guy, I'd known him from when he was back in the car industry, believe it or not. And Adam Stott, who is the speaker of the day. Adam, in fact, it's interesting because a lot of people get confused about our names, because I am Adam Strong and he is Adam Stott. So you can see that there's a similarity between the two. And they're like, Adam Strong, Adam Stott, Adam Strong, Adam Strong, which is quite comical, really. But anyway, I'm the good-looking one, okay? I'm the good-looking one. And he might be listening to this a little bit later on and cracking up. But literally, he started off in sales, actually. And tells about his story about how he started his business, where he essentially sold up everything, moved in back with his mum, and started up selling cars out of his garage. And he turned that into a multi-million-pound empire. It's a fascinating story. I remember actually going to one of his car showrooms in Surrey, in the UK, and he had this Lamborghini on show, right? And he was like, hey, do you know anyone that wants to buy a Lamborghini? This is not really the car for me. I just kind of bought it accidentally, type of thing. And, and he was like, yeah, this is just not for me. And I'm a family guy and whatever it is, but don't know what it made up to be. And I was like, no, I don't really know that many people that kind of into Lamborghinis, if I'm honest with you. They're more Ferrari people. But anyway, so, but I know that Adam sold that business. I think it was about a year ago or maybe 2 years ago. And he is making a lot of great service to a lot of entrepreneurs and business owners from around the world. He has a great little Facebook group, actually. And what I love about Adam, especially in times like this, is that he's a true giver. I see him every single day doing a video, giving back, giving some great content to his fans and his tribe. And I love that about him. He's a fantastic guy. Got a great team as well. And I'm sure that we're going to do some wonderful things together in the future. Well, we plan to anyway. So it's all good. But listen, enough chit chat from me. Adam Stott, what does he specialize in? Well, actually, believe it or not, how Adam became so successful is because he actually mastered the social media game. And you're probably thinking, what do you mean by that? Social media is such a massive mindstorm, right? Such a huge subject. And I think a lot of people get confused around how to, I suppose, leverage is probably the word that I'm looking for, is leverage social media more than anything else. because I think we can become extremely overwhelmed, especially just really with the amount of tools that we have at our disposal now. You know, bearing in mind, like 10, 15 years ago, we never used to have the amount of tools that we've got now. The beauty about it is that most of them are free. And but the thing is that not all tools are relevant, okay? And I think that it can become extremely confusing and overwhelming, especially when it comes to social media, about where to publish, what to publish, who to target, that kind of stuff. And you know, and I guess one of the things that I kind of would share with you today actually is, you know, what is your why? You know, and I always go back to this. You know, what's the reason why you're doing what you're doing? What's the reason why you're putting out a blog on LinkedIn? What's the reason why you're doing a video on Facebook Live or whatever it is? What's the result? What's the end result? And if you can really answer that question first, then you can go back to and say, okay, well, that's interesting. Okay, now I can kind of justify or kind of, I suppose, in a way, justify in a way to see which platform works and which doesn't. And I think what we talked about as well, me and Adam in his interview, is we were talking about the fact that you know, what are the big most common mistakes that a lot of entrepreneurs and business owners make, and we talked a lot about about the reasons why people fail in social media marketing, right? What's the real reasons why they fail? We talked about Jesus. Okay, apologies for that. I'm outside enjoying the sun, as you can see. So what are the most common myths? So some of the common myths is, like, for example, I want to just quickly enlighten you. The reason why a lot of people fail is because of the lack of consistency. All right, the lack of consistency, because I think it's interesting, because I think a lot of entrepreneurs and business owners are looking for this, what I call instant gratification, right? And I talked about it in yesterday's email when I sent out to our tribe. We talk about instant gratification, is that people are looking for instant gratification. And the thing is that with social media marketing in particular, is that you can't just expect, okay, results just like that. And I think what a lot of people do is they do 2 or 3 or 4 or even 5 videos, emails, content, articles, and whatever it is. And they have this expectation that it's going to go viral and loads of people are going to comment on it and whatever it might be, and it's going to get them results. But they become disappointed, because the same with anything is that it takes time to build up, right? It takes time, and then they give up at the first hurdle, or they give up maybe the first, second, third, or fourth, or fifth time. And then they start to create judgments around, you know, oh, who's going to read it? Who's going to watch me? What am I talking about? And all that kind of stuff, which is kind of crazy. So, you know, and there's just so much out there that you could do. I mean, you've got so many platforms right now. You've got Instagram, you've got TikTok, you've got LinkedIn Live, you've got, you know, and we talk about some of the top platforms that are out there at the moment that are really trending, and things like that. And, you know, you're going to get a lot of celebrities on there. You're going to get a lot of serial entrepreneurs on there, and they're leveraging different types of they're testing. It's a test. Social media to me is like a testing ground, right? So that's what it's all around. So listen, guys, you need to listen to Adam Stott's interview. I'm telling you now, it was like top notch, great insights around social media. It certainly gets rid of a lot of it demystifies a lot of stuff on social media, and it will make your life easier, simpler, and simpler and essentially just a lot more convenient, right? A lot more easy and stuff. So listen, guys, hope you've enjoyed today's interview. I'm actually going to try to bring Adam in a little bit later on tonight, if I can, because I know that he's extremely busy servicing his tribe, which is fantastic. So listen, we'll be back on here a little bit later on, 8 p.m. GMT, all right? Make sure that you check Adam Stott's interview, and if you are listening to me, whether it be on YouTube, whether it be on Facebook, or whatever it is, and you are in the Game Changer Summit, do me a favor, do me a big favor, share this video. That's all I ask. Share the video. I need to get this out. Our vision as the Game Changer Summit, creates momentum. We want to hit 100,000 entrepreneurs, right? We want to impact and get this free content out to people, because I know I know for a fact that this is changing lives on a massive level, on a global level. But it's up to you. I need your help at the end of the day. So if you can help me do that, I would really appreciate that, and that would be fantastic. So listen, guys, have a fantastic Wednesday wherever you are in the world, and we'll see you soon. I'll be back on here a little bit later on. Any questions, any queries, feel free to drop me a personal message. We'll see you soon. Take care. Bye-bye.